What if I told you that we transformed this kitchen and dining room into showstoppers without buying a single piece of new furniture for the dining room? Today, I'm showing you how you can reimagine pieces that you already own, how bold details can turn everyday spaces into extraordinary experiences. Welcome back, friends. I am so excited to continue this journey with you through the design of the stunning home I created for my clients, Heather and Jason, in Bridgehampton, New York. In this episode, I'm going to guide you through the design of the kitchen and dining room. One of the big takeaways is that you can keep existing furniture and still completely transform a space. And I'm going to show you how. And because I want to give you the ability to be bold at home, I'm offering one of you a free 1-hour consultation with yours truly. All you have to do is subscribe and comment, and you'll be entered into a lottery to win this 1-hour consultation. I will announce the winner at the end of our series. Are you ready? Okay, let's get started with the dining room. Check out this finished space. Now, can you guess which furniture items Heather and Jason already owned? Was it the dining table, the chairs, the armoire? If you guessed all of them, you're absolutely right. We didn't add any new furniture to this space. We didn't have to, because all it took was a reimagining of pieces that Heather and Jason already owned. Here's how we did it. Let's start with the dining table. It's a round walnut table with clean lines that fit perfectly into the aesthetic that we were going for. So it was really an easy decision to keep it in place. Quick tip for you. I love round dining tables. You know why? Because they allow for a more intimate seating arrangement. All your friends and family can really see each other easily, and that allows for the conversation to flow more seamlessly. How did we reimagine the dining table? We started with the table settings. Simple arrangements of greenery highlighted by a centerpiece filled with hydrangeas combined with smaller arrangements at each place setting add a fresh, personal touch to the tablescape. Crystal glassware, layer plating, silverware, and neatly folded linen napkins completes our look. Now, listen closely, my friends. This is something that you can do today. Tablescapes are one of the most affordable ways to completely reimagine your dining table at very little expense. Next, we refresh the existing dining chairs by reupholstering them in a stain-resistant, textured gray and white plaid fabric. Quick tip for you, when you're choosing your dining room chairs, make sure you select stain-resistant, durable fabrics, especially for those of you who have children. Beneath the dining table and chairs is an expansive jute rug that provides a soft foundation for the furnishings. And finally, the piece de resistance, a to-die-for cascading crystal chandelier from Eichholz that hangs above the table like a piece of jewelry. Now you guys know I want every space that I design to have a real wow factor. And this chandelier, to me, it brings it. It really delivers for Jason that sophisticated Manhattan city vibe that he desired. I've always believed, Heather, that paint is one of the most affordable ways to make a really bold statement in a home. But you still have to be judicious with it, because I think one of the common mistakes that people often make is they choose their paint colors first and then decorate around their paint colors. And I always tell people that's actually the incorrect way to select finishes for a home. You should choose your paint colors last and match your paint color to your furniture, to your drapery, to your rug. So that's the approach I think we should take to make it a bit more cost effective for the budget.
I love that. I never would have thought that you choose the paint color after everything else. I never would have put that together, but it makes so much sense to me.
So Sherwin-Williams color of the year this year happens to be Upward. And considering our palette for your dining room, I think it's pretty spot on. So if we were to paint the flat aspects of the ceiling in your dining room in this color to contrast with the white moldings, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's terrific. I mean, as we know, we've kept the existing wall covering as it is.
Right.
but bringing this color to bear adds an entirely new dimension and lifts out the blue
that's in the fabric
that really was sort of hidden in the fabric before.
Yep.
So I think it's a wonderful idea.
The coffer paneling got the same glossy white finish as the living room, and the ceiling was painted in a beautiful color choice called Upward, which happened to be the color of the year for Sherwin-Williams. It all ties in perfectly with the blue and white fabric wall covering that is gift wrapping this space. Then you have this modern slat pattern armoire providing ample storage, and generous ice blue drapes framing a gorgeous view of a landscape filled with lush greenery. Okay, are you ready for your key takeaways? Let's go. Number 1, you don't have to throw away the old to bring in the new. Add a tablescape to your dining room table to reimagine your space. Number 2, when it comes to dining room chairs, oftentimes reupholstering is an inexpensive way to refresh them. And remember, choose stain-resistant fabrics. Number 3, round tables. I love them. I've found that they add a real sense of intimacy and flow to conversations. So consider a circular table for your dining room. Number 4, wow factors. Every room should have at least one. In Heather and Jason's dining room, the cascading crystal chandelier from Icos brought that big statement. Consider how to create that wow factor in your dining room. All right, catch your breath, because now we're moving into the kitchen. We gave Heather here what she really wanted, a classic all-white kitchen, but with a twist. So here's my challenge. How do you make an all-white kitchen anything but basic? Here's how we did it. First, let's start with the all-white portion of it, which is represented by the shaker-style cabinetry painted in a beautiful eggshell finish by Sherwin-Williams. Quick tip for you, eggshell finish is perfect for kitchens. Soft sheen, easy to clean, and also provides a very timeless look. For the backsplash and countertops, we installed a dramatically figured marble with white, light gray, and ink black veining. It all adds up to a space that gave Heather that expansive all-white vibe she wanted while not sacrificing on the sophistication that was so important to Jason. Now, for some of the twists. The first twist was a pecan-stained storage wall that we designed, and it houses a refrigerator, freezer, and other appliances. When I'm designing a kitchen, my primary goal is to make sure it feels warm and inviting while not compromising function. One way to do this is by creating custom paneling for appliances so that they also feel like they're part of the cabinetry. Another quick tip for you. If you want to do this for your kitchen, remember that most brands offer what we call panel-ready appliances. So if you're in the market for a new refrigerator or freezer, check out the selection that they offer for panel-ready options. If you choose a panel-ready option like I did for Heather and Jason, the next challenge becomes how you keep the kitchen from feeling closed off and claustrophobic. One design element that we added to the storage wall as a solution for this was upper cabinetry with lattice wired fronts that offer a view inside the cabinetry. It helps create an airy and open feel to the space. Another solution? Break up your cabinetry with open shelving, just like I did with my client Erica Faye Jones' Upper East Side apartment in our last season. All right, back to more of those twists in Heather and Jason's kitchen. The organically shaped chandeliers that hang above the island and breakfast table count as major twists. Fabricated in brass with hand-blown glass and exposed light bulbs, they're really like works of art that set off the entire space. Here's my design philosophy, friends. Never settle for safe. The island seating features 3 bar stools with a modern architectural shape. These are from my Hancock & Moore collection. These bar stools tie perfectly into the marble backsplash and countertops and offer a stylistic departure from the breakfast area. Here, I installed a chunky English table from hickory chair, surrounded by fretwork chairs upholstered in a striking blue and white lattice pattern with a soft woven area rug the color of white sand underneath. It is giving coastal energy that contrasts beautifully with the swanky metropolitan vibe of that kitchen island. But together, it all works. Remember, do not be afraid to mix and match different styles. When designing your space, you always want to think about adding elements of surprise. The greatest sin of any interior decorator is to be boring. So take risk, be bold, add surprises, have fun with your choices. It will help you create a more dynamic, exuberant, and joyous space. Are you ready for your key takeaways? Here we go. Number 1. If you plan on painting your kitchen cabinetry, consider choosing an eggshell finish for a soft look that cleans easily. And remember, a light color palette helps create the illusion of more space. Number 2, another way to keep your kitchen feeling open and airy, consider lattice cabinet fronts or open shelving. Number 3, always endeavor to make your kitchen feel like a room. It should be warm, inviting, and livable. Now, one way to do this is by choosing panel-ready appliances that make them look like they're part of the cabinetry. Number 4, don't be afraid to mix and match your styles. Trust me, it will make for a way more visually engaging kitchen. That was so much fun! Now, next up, his and her offices. 2 completely different visions, but one house, one cohesive design story, and trust me, you are going to love it. If you've enjoyed this episode, and if you feel it's really adding value to your life, please join our movement and subscribe. How many times have I repeated our mantra? I know, I get it, many, many times, but I really believe in this. It's the key to your confidence in making great design decisions for yourself and how you live your life. So remember, until we meet again, be bold. And that is all I have to say.
That's good. Yeah.